Hey everybody, this is RogerDeath here, and today I'm going to be bringing you some League of Legends, his 1.0.123, or more commonly known as the Skarner patch, and that means I'm getting to play new Pantheon.
My spear is restless.
Publicly for the first, or for you guys for the first time.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
What the? Okay, well that's changing. And so,
Do not
I've played him a
provoke
couple
me.
games already, and I really like the changes to him. Makes him a lot more viable than he was earlier. But back when I first started playing, it was Renekton patch, and I was playing against level 15 on up to 30. I was level 1 as Pantheon, and I was kicking their butts. And I haven't really seen that happen. Pantheon's was in an awkward position for pretty much that entire time since then. Not really sure what he's good at, but I think with this patch he's actually able to do a lot more, and he's become a lot more stable as a character. As you can tell, I don't have a replay thing that says live. So we are going to see what's going to happen. And the reason I start with the Meki Pendant is yeah, it's technically the first recommended item. Typically I don't go by that, because I don't get that, I don't get that, and I don't get that. But I don't go Chalice of Harmony. No. I go Man Immune. Now, a lot of people don't realize how great of an item that is on Pantheon. But so with this new patch, we can see. I forgot they had Twitch. Wow, we can just see how much he relies on the spells and how much damage it can give him. He really has amazing potential with it. He can. There's not a lot of AD champions there that can max it all the time. But Pantheon really can. He spams out his spear extremely often. Oh, and with the changes to Heartseeker Strike, he starts striking every couple seconds. It seems. That's the other good thing. Heartseeker Strike is viable from level 1 against minions now, thanks to these changes.
With pride.
It's no longer just this champion-only kind of thing. It does a lot of damage from level 1. Which is obviously nice.
Immediately.
But I'm glad to see Pantheon back in a state where he can be used. It's not. Oh yeah, didn't he used to be really awesome? It's not. Didn't he used to be? He's pretty good again, and that really makes me happy. 'Cause I missed Pantheon. He was my first champion. The first person I ever bought. First person I ever played. And you know what? He's been good to me.
They will not enjoy this.
He's given me tons and tons of wins. If you were to look back at my early history, if you could, almost all my games would feature Pantheon, because he was a very large part of my low-level game. He was my low-level person, and then it was a couple weeks later that Mordekaiser had a free week, and I switched over to him because Pantheon was starting to get a little iffy. It's ironic that he ended up getting even more iffy in that time since then. While Pantheon's gotten nothing but buffs, really. So, and the fact that the spear can use certain death, I like it. It's It's moving him more towards a lot more of this a damage roll.
Without pause.
He used to be this guy that you only want to send in when they're low on health, or you can just do an absolute ton of damage.
They will know war.
But he's got quite a few quality of life changes that allow him to be viable. In lane, out of lane, perhaps jungling. I don't know. I've never tried a Pantheon jungle, but that's mainly because at the time I never jungled. It was a foreign concept to me.
They disgrace the art of war.
And Orianna's dead because she decided to try and jump, but she does get the kill.
Immediately.
Still not a super bright move on her part.
Their fate is sealed.
He needs to try that on me again.
With pleasure.
God, he has a lot of burst potential.
I know my
He's got
path.
more potions than me because he started out with that boots of speed. Come on, Orianna, hurry up and get back here.
Honor compels me.
So that wasn't great. I love how she can't answer that. So I have to sit back here till I have enough money for a ward. That's fun.
An enemy
Which
has
I'm gonna
been
be
slain.
underleveled, underfarmed.
An ally has been slain.
Because I have to sit back here, wait for the war. Because Orianna couldn't get one.
Do not provoke me. Without pause.
She's still.
My spear is restless.
Well, at least we don't have to worry about Twitch.
Onward.
Just something that's kind of unusual to say.
An enemy has been slain.
I know my path.
Pulse.
Oh, whatever.
With pride.
And now he knows we've got a ward, so he's going to try and be a little more careful.
Let us press on.
And Orianna's just kind of bursting it properly, but not really. The thing that hurts Pantheon the most isn't anything from this path changing his Heartseeker Strike or Spear Shot damages. It's the change to his Grand Skyfall
Not
range.
provoke me.
because now
An ally has been slain.
it was a great initiator from base, and now he just can't do that.
Me.
And Twitch is wandering around.
Immediately.
An ally has been slain.
They will know war.
Aye. This Oriana's really not that great, unfortunately. And again, especially against this laning. This is a tough lane. And not because of Twitch, but because Jax does tons of damage early game. Late game, he's not nearly as
They will
bad.
not enjoy this.
But early game, he hurts. He hurts bad. Just extreme. It's an extremely
Honor
unfortunate that
compels me.
early game he has such a devastator. Please tell me she got a new award. Okay, good.
With pride.
Damn Jax.
Do not provoke me.
You really can't push forward against him. There's so much raw damage.
Killing spree.
Oy. See, I do like new Pantheon. I just hate the change to his Grand Skyfall.
They will know
It's
war.
a huge nerf. Like way bigger than people would give it credit for being.
Immediately.
Because it stops him from being able to.
Onward.
You know, back into ace and then come into that team fight.
My spear
And
is
he
restless.
doesn't have that potential anymore.
Enemy killing spree.
You know, with TF, I can see why they had to change it because
An
his was
ally has been slain.
extremely powerful,
Let
whereas
us press on.
you know, Pantheon's wasn't. It had the channel time. It's easily avoidable.
An enemy has been slain.
I know my path.
And see, look at this. I mean, she's just not hitting very well. She
Do
has
not
no
provoke
AP,
me.
so she does no damage, which she needs. 'Cause she's outclassed at
They
this
will
point by
know
so many
war.
other AP carries. She can be extremely powerful early game or late game, but she needs that good early game to get there. And as it stands, this one does not have any early game. She
Let us
really
press
needs
on.
some farm, some AP on her to do damage.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
I hate it when people just
Immediately.
generalize bot miss. Who? Because depending on who, it's gone. It's not a threat.
Honor compels me.
Sponge. Take sponge. This bitch is going attack speed, which is kind of weird. Most of them go, at least the ones I
With
know,
pride.
go crit. Yeah, I gotta get out of this fight. I won't survive long enough to do anything. That's kind of why I hope they dive me, is because
I know my path.
then they will get destroyed. Ooh, my mana immune's up. I've not been using my abilities a lot because I'm just having to worry so much about Jax and
Onward.
Twitch. They are an extremely potent and evil combo. Jax is, like I said, it's the early game threat, whereas Twitch can be an extremely powerful late game threat. So we have to be careful. It really takes a lot for Jax to snowball into being powerful enough late game.
Their fate is sealed.
It really does.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain.
My spear is restless.
And Oriana's just standing around like an idiot.
Enemy killing spree.
Onward.
And she could have been helping me. She could have been helping mid. There's about 100 other things she could have been doing. Now Jax is going to be coming back down. So we have that to look forward to.
Consider it done.
Jax. He's going to be here anytime now, I think. Okay, now.
I know my path.
Or so much. Oh my god, Oriana. Wow.
They disgrace the art of war.
I'm glad that. Oh,
Your team
crap.
has destroyed a turret.
Honor compels me.
This is way too much for me. Way too much for me.
They will know war.
And Jax already has it is extremely strong
My spear is restless.
and likely able to dive me.
With pride.
So, we've got a lot to worry about. Just not.
An ally has been slain.
Yeah. And of course, this Ram actually has some health for some reason.
Do not provoke me.
You know, people always look for a scapegoat. I'm doing what I can without dying.
Let us press on.
You know, that's the thing, is that I look for opportunities where I know I don't have to worry about dying, and it's not going to cost the team more. That's...
Pride.
And people don't get that. It's like they just see I'm not doing anything, and they don't even stop to think about why I'm not doing anything. You know, and that's my annoyance with people. Is they don't think about why you don't do any damage. It's just, oh, you're not doing any damage.
They will know war.
You know? I can't help it if I can't do any damage
They will
against
not enjoy
Jax, Twitch, and Karthus. That's just not something I can control.
Honor compels me.
That's like expecting freaking anybody AP to do damage against Galio. I do what I can.
Has destroyed a turret.
Immediately.
I mean, when that isn't a ton to start with, what am I supposed to do?
Without pause.
Honestly, it's either I do nothing or I just get destroyed. And I rather take the one that doesn't involve my team getting its ass blasted lately, because I've died so much.
Let us press on.
No. I just can't do a lot because of the nature of the enemy team right now.
Onward.
Dude, there's not a lot that can be done about this. You know?
I know my path.
People don't expect to see it that way. They see it as I'm not doing any damage. They don't think about why I'm not doing any damage. And then, you know, that's what happens.
Do
The
not
reason I can't do a lot
provoke
of
me.
damage. And it's not because I don't do any, it's because I can't do any right now. Not because I don't have the AD, but because the enemy team. No, League of Legends is definitely a team game, but it shouldn't be to the point where somebody's screwing up or not doing enough because they cannot do enough against the enemy composition that people are getting yelled at for something out of their control. That really annoys me. That pisses me off a lot. Get my brutalizer.
Let us press on.
But now I have more damage,
Immediately.
so I should be able to hurt more.
My spear is restless.
And that's another thing, is that you see a lot of people actually getting fooled by the Wukong deal.
Do not provoke me.
When they really shouldn't be. I need to see if I can't. Yeah, no, that's too far out. I won't be able to dive that far.
They will know war.
Your turret has been
Sucks.
destroyed.
Somebody's gonna mention something about me not going to
With
save.
pride.
An enemy has been slain.
Oh, of course.
Enemy
I just got
rampage.
super burst. It's Jax and the entire team sides. Back off all of a sudden. Go figure. You know, that's kind of why I like games like Call of Duty, single-player games, because you don't have to worry about other people saying one thing and not doing what they said. It's frustrating to me.
Honor compels me.
It really is frustrating to me to see people attacking and then deciding, oh, never mind, we're not going to do this.
I know my path.
You have to make up your minds, because if you don't, then you're just as bad. Let's see.
Their fate is sealed.
That's a lot of enemies. See, that's what I mean about Heartseeker. You can farm so much with it from level 1.
Let us press on.
An ally has been slain. Killing spree.
They disgrace the art of war.
And of course, I don't manage to get the kill for that, despite being the last one to do any damage to everybody.
Consider it done.
See, I make smarter plays. I waited till when my ultimate would have math, the largest effect,
Compels me.
and then I used it. Not before, but only when it was being used to its maximum potential. That expunge nearly killed me, but it didn't. I'm glad for it. So now I can go back and get a brutalizer, which increases my damage, gives me that cooldown reduction, armor penetration. It's like an awesome, it's a super awesome item for Pantheon because he relies on his abilities so much. 4-second Heartseeker strike. My God, that's insane.
I know my path.
It's quite likely by the time I'm in range for that, I can hold them. Of course, he's got. What does he have that gives him so much cooldown? Nothing.
Ravage.
They will know war. With pride.
You're attacked. Rampage. You have been slain. An ally has been slain. Unstoppable.
You know what? I'm thinking of something. Oriana's abilities don't scale that, like, they're not like 0.1 or 1 point something. They're not even 1. Yet people are yelling at me
Your team has destroyed
because
a
I don't do
turret.
any damage. She should do even less than me, so I don't know why I'm getting yelled at.
An enemy has been slain. Enemy killing spree.
Immediately.
Enemy double kill.
And of course I get like double hit by the turret.
Do not
Ranges.
provoke me.
So I can use it more often. Oriana's got like no damage, and she's supposed to be a super high damage mage. It's because she's not building anything out of that tier. She's just saving it.
My spear is restless.
She needs to build that Archangels already. Which reason it's like the first real item I build.
Onward.
Like anybody. Anybody AP, it's the first freaking thing I do.
Honor compels me.
Yeah, look at that. I'm gaining. I really do work on gaining a lot of mana with that. People before used to think it's a stupid item. Pantheon? No, heck no.
With
Perfect.
pride.
I need to remain in bushes so that I can ult into battle and they don't know I'm coming.
They will know war.
He's the only one we can see.
I know
which is
my path.
A little scary. Especially since I just found Twitch. But he doesn't do a whole lot of damage to me. Look at this. Orion is so worried about sight wards.
Do not provoke me.
Okay, what the heck, game? I clicked on him.
Immediately.
You have slain an enemy. You have been slain.
Yeah, I died, but I helped us
An
get some
enemy
kills,
has
so
been
to me, it's worth it.
An enemy has been
Oh my
slain.
god, Ramus just barely made it out. Why does Ramus not have much armor? Wow, Ramus should have way more armor than that. He's also way under leveled. We're taking their turret too.
Onward.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
We're doing the opposite strategy of them. Look, they're taking the outsides and then working on the end. We're taking the in, then going out.
Let us press on.
But whatever works. 1, 4, and 7. I never said Pantheon was flawless.
Love it.
Yeah! My spear is restless.
Flat managed to get out because he's got that OP pool. Dang. Yeah, the commentary is kind of not there just because it's. I'm trying to stay on the game, but if you've played the game, then you can really figure a lot of this out for yourself. You know?
Let us press on.
Actually, I could wait in these bushes and be fine. If they continue to push. Which they're not.
Do not provoke me.
Twitches. But I am not wanting to drop down on him. He will murder me. Especially since there's Jax. What do they... I don't get people.
With pride.
Your team has destroyed a turret.
I know my path.
Killing spree.
I was a Pantheon player back before Pantheon was nerfed. Back when
disgrace the
this
art
kind
of war.
if you played like this, it would have been, you know, fairly common.
An enemy has been slain.
Onward.
Rampage.
Yeah!
So I'm at nearly 500 extra mana.
Consider it done.
Yeah, Ramus taunt is extremely annoying on mages.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
My spear is restless.
So I'm gonna come down here and I'm gonna push bottom. Because there's getting them. At least take care of the minions bottom. Because there's a bunch of them.
Their fate is sealed.
Unstoppable.
They will know war.
An ally has been slain.
Onward.
God dang it. I wanted to have him. But
My spear is restless.
the change in the ult range is just killer sometimes. Yeah, you think you got me, Karthus? Got another thing coming. Almost there. Almost got my next item. Which is extremely good because now that the spear shot can crit, jeez.
Let us press on.
Chunk roll right now. Vlad's still pretty powerful, but he just needs to be. People think he's not that strong anymore, but he just needs to be played right.
They will not enjoy this.
Right now
Has destroyed
to
a turret.
really exceed.
They will know war.
Has destroyed a turret. You have slain.
Spear snipes. They're fun.
Your team has destroyed an inhibitor.
Yeah.
I guess we're gonna go tank it. Oh yeah, we got this.
Do not
Destroyed a turret. An ally has been slain.
with pride.
An ally has been slain. An enemy has been slain. Double kill.
Oh boy. There's not a lot I can do with this low
I know
health.
my
I guess
path.
I can try and clinch.
You have slain an enemy.
Yeah! Clinch kill. See, Pantheon never would have been able to pull that off before this latest patch. Alright, let's see. Next item, I need more. I need to get a phage. If no, let's just go with the ghost blade.
Immediately.
Yay, we win. 349 final score. Not the greatest, but not the worst. I did get some good.
Victory!
So that was new Pantheon. I do want to have a Skarner video, but I'm trying to get Formal on so that because he owns him, but I don't. So I'm gonna try and get him on so we can record that gameplay. Get his thoughts on him. This is RogerDeath signing off.